What would you do if you knew something was watching you right now? Not from across the street, not from a safe distance, but from the darkness just outside your fire. Something patient, something silent, something that had been following your group for 3 days and was waiting for the perfect moment to strike. For ancient humans living on the African savanna, this was not a nightmare. This was Tuesday night. And the predator doing the watching was arguably the most terrifying one that ever stalked the human species. Not the lion, not the cave bear. The leopard. Stay till the end, because the final fact about how ancient humans outsmarted leopards at night will completely change how you think about human survival intelligence. Let's begin. Imagine it is deep night. Your group has stopped to rest after a long day of moving across the savannah. The fire is burning, everyone is exhausted, children are asleep, and somewhere out in the blackness surrounding your camp, something is already watching. It has been watching for hours. You cannot see it, you cannot hear it, but somewhere in the back of your mind, something ancient and instinctive tells you it is there. That feeling was real, and ancient humans were right to trust it. The leopard is one of the most uniquely dangerous predators in the history of human evolution. Not because it is the biggest. A lion is bigger, not because it is the fastest. A cheetah runs faster, but because of 3 qualities that made it almost impossible to defend against using normal survival rules. It is completely silent. It operates almost exclusively at night, and unlike lions or hyenas, which hunt in groups and can be driven away by a coordinated human response, the leopard hunts alone, silently, patiently, and with extraordinary precision. Leopards do not charge from a distance. They stalk, slowly closing the gap over hours, moving so carefully that grass does not rustle beneath their paws. They wait for a single moment of distraction, a sleeping guard, a child who wanders 2 steps too far from the group, an adult whose back is briefly turned, and in that single, unguarded second, they strike. The attack is so fast and so silent that the rest of the group often does not even react in time. So how did ancient humans survive this specific threat when it was so perfectly designed to defeat normal group defenses? The first answer is something that seems incredibly simple, but was actually deeply sophisticated. Fire management. Ancient humans learned that a leopard would not approach a well-maintained fire. Not because leopards fear fire exactly the way other animals do, but because firelight eliminates the leopard's greatest advantage: darkness. A leopard in firelight is visible, and a leopard that knows it is visible loses its entire hunting strategy. So ancient humans kept fires burning brighter and with more deliberate maintenance at night than during the day. Multiple fires were arranged in patterns around sleeping areas, creating overlapping circles of light with no dark gaps a leopard could use to approach unseen. But here is where ancient human intelligence goes even further, because fire alone was never completely reliable. Wood runs out, fires burn low, people fall deeply asleep, and leopards are patient enough to simply wait. So ancient humans added a second layer of protection: elevated sleeping. Where terrain allowed, ancient humans slept above the ground, in trees, on raised rocky ledges, on top of boulders. Leopards are extraordinary climbers and can follow prey into trees. But climbing takes time. Climbing creates noise. And climbing toward a group of suddenly awake, screaming, weapon-holding humans clinging to a tree is a very different proposition than silently snatching a sleeping person from the ground. The third layer was perhaps the most remarkable: sensory systems. Ancient humans learned to read the night through sound rather than sight. The alarm calls of certain birds, the sudden silence of insects, the nervous movement of other animals in the surrounding bush. All of these signals told an experienced listener that something large and predatory was moving nearby long before any human could see or hear the leopard directly. Ancient communities that survived longest were those where knowledge of these natural alarm systems was carefully taught and passed between generations. And then there was the group response itself. The moment a leopard was detected near camp, the entire group woke, immediately, loudly. Everyone grabbed weapons, everyone moved toward the center, everyone faced outward. A leopard encountering a suddenly awake group of shouting, weapon-brandishing humans loses every advantage it had spent hours building. The hunt collapses instantly, and the leopard retreats to begin its calculation again. After watching this video, you now understand something remarkable. Ancient humans were not helpless against the leopard. They developed a layered, intelligent, community-wide defense system. It combined fire, elevation, natural alarm signals, and coordinated group response to neutralize what was objectively one of the most perfectly designed nocturnal hunters on Earth. The leopard shaped human behavior in the dark for hundreds of thousands of years, and the legacy of that ancient arms race is still with you. Every time you feel uneasy in the dark, every time you instinctively check what is behind you at night, that is your ancestors talking. They survived the leopard, and they passed that vigilance directly to you.